Part deux. So Kay actually told us the story, but it was too saucy to post.
It was a very interesting story.
It was colorful.
Thank you for sharing.
Thanks.
Any more questions?
Yeah, one more. Can you give any advice to your fans out there that might need some encouragement about following their art or standing out outside the social norm and being proud of who they are? Like, give them words, to say.
They should do those things.
Yeah, they should do those things.
Those things you just said. They should.
I always find that question very hard to answer. Like,
is there anything
what do you tell a human being? I mean, like, words of inspiration. I feel like there's nothing I can actually tell anyone
about becoming an artist and how to succeed.
I mean, I think
the more specific you can get, the better. If someone came to me with a specific problem, I feel like I can help them. But when people come up to me and are like, "Inspire me," I'm like, I can't help you.
I mean, the trick is,
I don't know what to say.
The trick is to be open to being inspired and to allow yourself to become yourself. Like, we're all in this process of becoming what we are. And it's in this world. There's lots of cul-de-sacs and places that you can end up getting stuck. And the trick is to kind of feel that flow and keep letting that pull you to whatever it is you're trying to become.
How old are you, Jason?
He's 64. He looks really young.
No, how old are you?
I'm 36. I'll be 36 on the 1st.
He's a wise man.
I know, yeah. No, you look very, very young.
There's one actual piece of advice that I think I can actually give to people that I feel might work, because it's almost like a permission. So I feel like a lot of people are waiting around for permission to feel, act, and be a certain way when they don't need to be. And one thing that I tell people is a lot of being confident and a lot of finding yourself as an artist or as a performer, especially, a lot of it really is faking it, especially in the beginning. And when you act like you know what you're doing and you perform confidence, when you don't feel like you have it inside, it grows inside you. And I don't know any performers who didn't start out that way, standing up on stage going like, okay, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I don't know if anyone's going to believe me. I don't know if this is going to work, but I'm going to act like it is going to work. Right. That's always how it starts. And I think people have this weird idea that performers are just kind of born ready and like saunter off onto stage and have this thing that they don't have. And everybody starts off faking it.
And
then you do 900 shows and you're like, oh wait, something's changed. I'm not faking it anymore. I'm actually really comfortable up here.
I think it's important not to get in your own way. Because I always have people say, oh, I have to get over my nervousness. No, you don't.
No, you have to
You don't have to do anything.
You have to go up there and be
fuck yourself. Get out of your fucking way and just get on that fucking stage and do it.
I think in life we often, it's all, I want to do this, I will do this just as soon as I've done this, this, and this. Like, I'm in school to become a painter. Well, you're a painter already, and you're learning to become a better painter. But you are a painter, and you should be painting because you are a painter.
A lot of people really don't. I mean, I think the thing to get over is that you can only become that thing by doing, and not by thinking about it, and not by having a checklist, and not by, thinking that someday if you just do the right things, you will be a magic person. And you never get to the end of the road. I mean, you're every performer just keeps encountering new obstacles and stuff. So
a lot of successful people think they're faking. They're like, oh my god, I feel like
I'm such a
successful,
fraud.
but I'm a fraud.
Everybody's just waiting to get found out.
Yeah.
That they're
the fraud police
when
are going to come knocking
people
on the
are
door.
going to figure out that I don't know what the heck I'm doing,
And you know what? I think to wrap that one up, a good way of thinking about it is, why do you feel like we're qualified to answer that question more than anybody else out in the street? And when you feel like you can sit in front of a camera and be qualified to answer that question, which everyone kind of already is, if you think about it, that's when you cross the threshold from thinking that you're a fake into thinking that you've got something legitimate. Is when you just kind of have to step onto the chair and sit in it, and then all of a sudden the world believes you. And that's an interesting... You just have to get over the fear of sitting in the chair. And then it just happens by itself.
That's Lady Gaga.
Can I ask you one more?
Hell yeah.
I'm going to sit out on the Lady Gaga question.
Oh my gosh, is this about
Come sit with me and share your beer.
Oh my gosh.
I just want to know what you think about Lady Gaga and all the attention she has created as a pop star. And it seems like these pop stars like have a huge team behind them that kind of create their whole image. And
I don't know, because I don't know Lady Gaga and
or
her
any
business.
pop star.
But from looking at her, I can guess she obviously has a huge creative team, but she's calling a lot of the shots, and she's got her friends working with her who know. It's not like she's going out and hand selecting all the designers, but she isn't a puppet.
Do you know that
You
right
tell.
after I saw her show, was the day after I went and saw her show, I saw your video about Lady Gaga, Madonna, and Amanda Palmer. It's fucking good.
Double share.
And so it was like, she was so the real deal. I guess we never probably talked about that because I was so like inspired by your video and the song that you wrote about that, and that was actually the day that we connected on Twitter.
Wow.
But seeing Lady Gaga was like, I have a 10-year-old daughter, so obviously she's in my universe. She's like in the ether for me. And, some friends had, amazing seats and they were free and we went. But I didn't really expect anything. And it was like,
Did you
in
love
the
it?
first 90 seconds, I was like, are you kidding me? Like, it's seriously like, and I even, again, for the Twitter, sorry, but like, obsessed. I love the Twitter. But I was like, this is not a concert. This is one of the most ambitious art installations I've ever seen. Like, that's really how I felt about it.
I can't wait I'm going to go see her this summer. I'm really impressed by her, and I've got, weird feelings of ambivalence about certain things and weird conflicted feelings, but, I appreciate that she's out there. And one thing that I spend a lot of, and I've had lots of discussions with lots of different people about Lady Gaga and what she's doing, and more importantly, different people's hot and cold reactions to it and stuff. And at the end of the day, you look at her or any other really hard-working pop artist, anybody who is doing what we know they're doing, like pulling 16-hour days and working so hard at their job, it is almost impossible not to feel a massive amount of respect for them.
Right.
Whether or not the music is up your alley. And it's like, you look at anybody else working at a job in a trade or in the arts, and if you were to tell us this sculptor that you've never heard of is putting forth this much energy and attention and hard work into their stuff, and you'd be fucking impressed. But all of a sudden, if it's a pop artist, people have this other set of values that they slam on them. And it doesn't matter if they're working their ass off. It's like, well, I don't like this, and I don't like this, and I don't like this. And therefore, all of that hard work is a fucking waste of time.
Which
it's like, no, it's not.
I loved what you had to say.
It doesn't matter if it's
about
Britney
that.
Spears or Lady Gaga or a country western singer or a hip-hop artist. If someone out there is connecting with it, and it's resonating, and they're working hard, I respect it. That's kind of the end of my story. Because you kind of have to. And as someone pointed out, there was this great Times article, pointed out this British chick who's a huge fan of Lady Gaga said, I don't care what you all say. She's doing something good for a generation of young girls if they're seeing a chick up there with flames shooting out of her tits. And I gotta agree with that. The end. I think we cut it off there.
Amanda fucking Palmer.
K fucking Hanley. The Ninjaview #1 has come to a close, ladies and gentlemen.
Congratulations.
Turn it on.